Hey everybody, you know what time it is. Welcome back to another episode of the Knuckle Sandwich Podcast. My name is Justin, and as always, I'm joined with go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying?
Hi, I'm Xavier.
Hi, I'm Nathan. I'm Nathan Martin. Follow me on Instagram at Nathan Martin.
I'm Xavier.
Yo, come on. Oh,
I don't know about that one. Yeah.
Hi,
welcome back.
I'm Nathan Martin, and I want to tell you, sometimes I get an itch on the bottom of my feet, and I don't know how to handle it. Hey, all right. Hey, come on. All right. We're gonna cut that out.
no, keep it in because it's the only time you're gonna be funny for the rest of the hour.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
That was ace right there.
we got a lot of funny stuff planned for you.
Okay.
Today.
All right.
A lot of funny stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, rub that queso out your mustache. Let's get to it.
Nothing as funny though as Nathan's extra toe. All right.
Yo,
Yeah, that's not funny. That's a condition. You know, we can't help it, can you? Said you wanted to keep it so you could climb trees easier.
Okay. That's good. Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah. And we're in a joking mood, all right? Guess what we're talking about today? The movie Joker. The exact opposite of a comedy.
absolutely.
But yeah, as always, we love to talk about movies on the Knuckle Sandwich Podcast. What do we think of this movie, guys? How do you feel about the jokes or lack thereof?
Are we going to say spoiler alert, or are we just going to give our general impression first?
We're going to go ahead and do a spoiler alert if you're listening to this one
Okay.
on a few days after Joker came out. But skip ahead to, let's say, half an hour from now. Listen from there. Or just mute this and then you know what to do. Anyways, yeah. Spoiler alert from here on out. Overall, I would give this movie...
He dies. Sorry.
I would give this movie a... leave an awards like a 7.5.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
It's gone up since yesterday.
Yeah, initially I did not like it. I talked to Xavier. I was like 6.5 to 7. But just looking back on Joaquin Phoenix's performance, he really does carry this movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable giving it that extra point boost.
That's roughly where I'm at right now too. At first, I want to give it a 7.5, but when I think back, like you said, the performance and the cinematography and the music and stuff, it was all good.
Yeah.
A good film. I just don't know if it's a film I would watch, on a regular basis. I would give it, I guess, an 8.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll just give it an 8 out of 10.
my God.
We're in my stomping grounds now. Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable giving it a 7.5 because then you're just comparing that movie to Incredibles 2, and this movie was better than Incredibles 2. So
Stop comparing those movies. No.
I can't think of a more average movie than Incredibles 2.
Monsters Inc. University.
that was not a good movie.
That movie was all right. Okay, they went back to their glory days. So don't even
Monsters
stomping
Inc.
ground.
Okay. Mm-hmm. How'd you like this movie, AC?
This movie was not terrible. And it wasn't bad. It was just good. It was good. I guess I don't know. I felt the movie was very predictable, which doesn't mean it's bad. I just kind of was like, I know what's going to happen. And I'm not saying like know what's going to happen because I know about Joker, but because of the way the movie was set up, you have this guy, he's like all weird and different. And then next thing you know, he's misunderstood, and then bad situations happen and he, turns into a bad guy, I don't know. It felt weird. I didn't know what. I didn't like the movie. It was bad. Okay. The movie was bad. It wasn't good. It was, the acting was great. I will agree. His acting was great. Music was good. They played a lot of cello. I would say maybe a little too much. There's a little too much cello in there. All right. A lot of slow dancing. Okay. I don't know. It was okay. Movie was okay. I won't watch it again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it again.
ever.
Yeah.
Time soon. But give me a number. Give me a number out of 10, Ace.
7.
Okay. Well,
It's okay.
so okay, I got you, Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give it a 8.5, maybe 8.2, 8.25.
Mm.
Just like you said, Zay, the cinematography was gorgeous. I don't know how they made Gotham. Yo,
I'm sorry, continue.
They made. Jeez. They made. I like how they made Gotham City feel like a real city. I know it was just New York City where they were filming. Like I could easily tell, but like it felt like you were there with them on the streets. Even like the opening scene when he gets jumped by those little kids and he's laying on the ground, and then the camera like pans out, but he's like in the middle of the alley, and the camera pans out perfectly. It's like it's rolling on this street towards you, and then the words Joker word Joker pops up on the screen.
Yeah.
I just thought that was beautiful. And then the staircase, every time he was on the staircase, that was like really cool. And then you could see like the silhouette of the two detectives up there. Yeah, cinematography was just so cool.
Yeah, I think my favorite scene that they were filming was on the subway.
Yeah.
He was laughing the way it was going from, you could see everything, then it went to a tunnel, it was really dark, then it got bright again, then dark again. That whole scene was nice. It really built the tension up.
Yeah.
It almost gave Jasmine a Caesar, though. She could not handle that drastic change in light. I didn't think it was that bad, but I guess I don't have those kind of problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking of that. With the Wayne Industries guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
their little stupid suits. I think that was cool. There's just so many little things because it goes from high school kids who are just troublemakers to high up professional guys who are the same childlike troublemakers, but he handles one way and then he handles another situation another way. Like those were like parallel scenes in a sense.
Speaking of kids, why are they stealing a sign? I guess I know this movie took place in the 80s, but I'm getting tired of these movie bullies who's stealing signs.
Yeah,
and they beat them up for no reason, and then they say, "Take a stuff," but no one took anything from him.
Yeah, okay.
I was waiting for them to take his pocket, but they didn't. They just ran.
I was like, this because he doesn't have anything.
Mm-hmm. But they didn't even check.
He was really like booking for that sign. Like after, I'm guessing like a block or two. Like it's a lost cause, But he was actually gonna. He put all his detective skills into finding those kids just so he could bring that sign or get that sign. And then the guy who is his boss is like, I got to dock this sign from your pay because you didn't give the sign back to his man. And all I'm thinking is, how many times do you plan on going out of business? When do you plan on using this again? And do you possibly see a flaw in your business practices if you just have the sign that you have to keep having? There was that, and then this apparently, like everyone is having trouble finding jobs, but the clown economy is incredibly strong.
Yeah,
Gotham City.
I was thinking, like, who is actually a clown? Where is that niche?
Why don't you go look in the mirror?
Okay, dude. Okay.
Yeah, it's an association of clowns, and at one point, one of them says, "Business is good" or something like that. I think it was after the murders, he was like, "Yeah, clowns in every newspaper. Business is good for business." But that was funny to me, and the fact that he really was going to chase those kids down for that sign.
Yeah, he was booking it in those clown shoes.
Yeah. I think that made a statement too. Like he's doing everything he can, but because he's in his clown shoes, I don't know. That's kind of deep to me. Because sometimes I feel like I'm just running through life in big clown shoes. Okay, I don't want to make this deep, but okay, yeah. But okay, so I love in the movie how you just kind of get to know him for the first 45 minutes, and you learn all these things about him, like his laughing condition. You see that he's kind of like deformed. You see that he has this weird relationship with his mom. You see that he's been bullied. You see that he sees a therapist. He's on medication, all this stuff. And then I think what made this movie so shocking was because by the time he kills his first person, it's like you knew this guy your whole life. And you're like, oh, geez, he did it. Like he snapped finally.
Oh, yeah, it was super sudden.
Yeah, I was also surprised. It did happen early on in the movie because I only seen the 2 trailers. But in all those trailers, you never see him actually do anything bad.
Mhm.
Which is good.
Yeah, so they did a good job covering things up.
I just wanted to bring it back to the first time we see his condition. He's making the faces with that child, and that mom really gets on to him, saying, "Can you leave my child alone?" You see very obviously that the child is interacting and playing with this man, but she just looked at him with disgust.
Said New York mom,
making us look bad, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, sassy black woman stereotype.
Yeah.
Did she give that card back?
No, she did not get that card back. Okay, I'm glad you remembered that. I didn't write that down. I got my notes
I think
right
he would
here.
have then handed it to those guys on the subway because I think he was looking for it.
Yeah, he didn't. She didn't give it back. But speaking of his laugh, this is back when Nathan was saying, I think this Phoenix guy is a really good Joker laugh.
I think so too.
I haven't heard a Joker laugh this good since Mark Hamill.
It's a strong claim.
There was I think I talked to you about this with Ace a little bit earlier, but that condition is an actual condition. I saw this from one of the YouTube videos that I saw talking about the movie. And it was I think Joaquin Phoenix actually studied these people who have these conditions laughs just to get it just right.
Yeah, because it didn't seem too cartoony of a laugh, but it didn't seem too real that it was just a normal laugh. It was a good medium.
Yeah, it was you could believe that it was just an unfortunate reaction to something.
It looked painful. My lungs were hurting from seeing him laugh like that.
Mm-hmm.
And watching him smoke for 2 hours.
All those
straight.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
How many takes?
Ooh.
I'd say the low of the movie was the scene where he was bathing his mom. I think that scene, I was just waiting for the scene to be over. It's I get it, but I don't know. It was almost too romantic.
You saw that as a romantic thing.
I don't know. It's weird to me. It's weird I know it's necessity.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you think?
When you say low, the scene that just made you the most uncomfortable, or his particular low point?
Oh yeah, I just felt uncomfortable.
Okay. I was most uncomfortable when he actually put his fingers inside Bruce's mouth to make him smile.
Oh yeah.
He did. Because I thought he was choking him out. I was like, Bruce is really cool with this right now.
He was way too comfortable.
My note for that was stranger danger? ? Was stranger danger not a thing in the 80s?
I don't think so.
Okay.
David, my note was teach your kids about the danger of clowns at an early age.
No, but I missed Nathan's. Nathan, what would you say? What was the part that got you?
Oh, just when he was giving his mom a sponge bath, and they were just, I don't know, they were just
okay,
spending time together like that. I guess she's elderly, so I don't know. It's just
I there is something to be said about that, because you're trying to figure out if she can do things on her own. I had a feeling like she could. If she wanted to leave that place, she could. She might need a cane or something like that, but she was walking around, in her apartment, but you never actually see her leave the apartment. And that's...
Yeah, she can do stuff. You see her penmanship on those letters she was writing?
Right, yeah.
Better than mine.
Yeah.
There's just how much
trying to get cash.
Yeah, how much does she really know that she's doing?
That's a good point. So what was y'all's reaction when you found out that she was crazy, and when you found out that Joker was crazy?
When I found out Joker was crazy, what do you mean when Joker was crazy?
When you realized he was tripping.
See, that's this whole unreliable narrator thing. I know the second he superimposed himself in that TV that late night special.
Oh yeah.
So when I saw that in the beginning, I was like, okay, well now I can't trust anything that goes on the screen. Which is why I knew he was never dating that black woman, because she's laughing at. I know no one laughing at this man's jokes. Okay.
Yeah.
Started laughing at her like, come on. I saw her going out on dates. I'm like, you need to get home and watch a kid. All right.
Yeah. When she was at the hospital, I went and saw this with my roommate. He said, "Who's watching that little girl?"
Yeah.
I'll admit it, I was fooled. I
was fooled too.
Yeah, on the late night segment when he was there, I was like, that seems like real to me. And again, I was only confused about the black woman when he was sitting in an apartment. And I was like, well, I don't know. He's sitting kind of weird right now in this like he was walking through our apartment. He was touching things like he's never touched it before. And I was like, you're supposed to be hanging out with this person all the time. Why are you touching a bag like that? You know, her pocketbook. But yeah, it definitely fooled me.
Yeah, the film they purposely didn't give you a tell sign when he was imagining things, like when you're doing the stand up and you heard people laughing from his point of view, but no one was laughing.
Yeah.
But the reason I was able to tell with the night show 18 was because the host was talking about the super rats, which was on the news that day, so you knew that was that could have been in the past or whatever.
You hear about those super rats? The doctors say, the scientists say the only way to get rid of them is super cats.
Oh wow, you remember that? Oh, did you write that down?
No. But I was just thinking, what a cheesy late night line. That's how they do it. I mean, it's filled with bad jokes because they do an episode every night.
That was another thing. I know they had a Charlie Chaplin like charity event. Charlie Chaplin isn't that funny.
Yeah, okay. I wrote that down. I thought, I did like what they were going for when you see all the rich people in the theater watching stuff while there's a riot right outside. But then I was like, I didn't write that down because I'm like, these people are laughing every 2 seconds at this Charlie Chaplin movie. I've seen these movies, all right? They're not that funny. They're funny, but they're not that funny. Every 2 seconds. Fun,
and it was funny when silent movies were the thing, but when this movie takes place, I mean, silent movies are dead, right? And this is just a thing, So I don't know. Yeah, after you've seen a real movie, you go back and watch Chaplin.
It was perfect for that time period. Yeah, like everyone's saying. But movies are better with people talking.
Some of his movies they hold up still.
I mean, no. What's the famous one? Where is it The Dictator? Where he has like
but that one has voice acting. Or
I think that's one of his better movies. But it has sound. I don't know.
That's the movie that got him on Hitler's list, didn't it? Let me go back to when they were at the Wayne Mansion. You see Alfred in there? Alfred was a big boy. Right? Yeah, that wasn't my Alfred. I'll tell you that. Yeah, was a big boy.
Isn't he supposed to have like training? He's like ex-military.
Yeah, I'm like, this guy's a military boy. He out here letting a guy choke him out through a gate. And he's a big boy. All right. Yeah. No, Arthur only weighs 110 pounds.
Yeah, I know, right? How you letting this?
Bruce just watched. All right, let's not forget that he just watched.
He wanted to see what happened. He said, maybe I need a new butler. Get this clown in here.
Same thing with his parents getting gunned down. It was just blank face Bruce.
That little actor, he didn't do too much. No, he didn't do too well. You have Joaquin Phoenix giving like the performance of a lifetime, and then this little pale faced kid just staring at the camera.
I imagine since this is also
I shouldn't have said pale face. I meant blank face.
Nah, you meant what you said.
Bro, I'm about to get canceled. Cancel culture.
Let's just say Bruce is like 8 or 10. Does that mean like when he starts fighting the Joker, he's fighting like a 60-year-old man?
Yeah, I guess y'all probably don't know much about y'all. Either y'all watch Jack Nicholson's Batman 1989.
It's been a while.
No. Okay,
that's Joker, where he says, "I'm Batman," right?
Yeah. Joker kills Bruce's parents in that. Man, he's still out here walking around current age. So yeah, they've done that before. They have Joker, running around before Batman. When Batman, he's 8, he's a kid. So yeah, if they do continue, I don't think they'll continue. This is just a one-off thing. But if they did continue this story route, then yeah, Joker would be like in his 50s, 60s fighting Batman.
You think about how we have this great acting, right? And now we got to go back to Jared Leto, Suicide Squad, Joker. Isn't that crazy?
What are they going to do about that? I don't know. Are they going to recast him?
They are doing a Suicide Squad too, right?
Yeah, I think James Gunn is directing that.
I think he made enough money.
But I think just recast him, right? They're recasting Ben Affleck and Henry. What's that man's last name? Superman.
Cahill?
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill?
Wait, they're recasting him? We're getting a new Superman.
Yeah.
Why?
I think he's perfect for the role. They just didn't write him good material.
Jeez. DC is what the heck?
Yeah. They ruined
it. They're like, our car keeps breaking down, so let's buy a whole new car instead of opening up the hood.
Hey, they're gonna get it right with Birds of Prey, right? We all saw that.
Yeah, that trailer looked pretty good.
I don't know what I was looking at. All right.
The hell is Birds of Prey? What's that?
It's the Harley
Quinn movie.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that had a name. Yeah, it was. I don't know.
You got to the theater late because you were too busy getting your cookie dough bites from the front counter. Do you get cookie dough bites?
I actually do get the cookie dough bites. I can't think of a better thing to get there. I mean, because I don't see cookie dough bites anywhere else but at the theater. You know, I'm not about to buy it online in bulk.
No one.
They don't sell this at Costco. But yeah, no, I did show up late, so I did not see that trailer.
Going back to when we found out that he was never dating the black woman. Why did they spell it out to me like I was in kindergarten?
Just had to show every single time.
They showed every single time. They could have showed just one scene, but really they didn't need to show anything. We could have put it together ourselves.
This may be obvious to everybody else, but I didn't really know. But in the end, when he's talking to that lady in the hospital, is it possible that none of that happened at all?
Yeah.
Or do we know for sure it happened?
I think they're trying to leave it both ways.
Okay.
Where it makes sense that it all happened, but at the same time, the way they ended it, it could possibly not have happened. It could all have been in his head.
You're wondering because at the end of the movie, it seems like he escapes from the police, but then.
Well, I assume they were going to catch him again eventually. But yeah, you're right. They didn't show that part. They didn't show him getting caught. They just cut straight to him being interviewed. And then I'm like, why would they wouldn't leave this man unarmed in a room with someone, right? I mean, leave the therapist lady in there by herself with this crazy guy.
Yeah, right.
And stop giving them cigarettes, all right?
I also want to say that therapist lady did absolutely nothing the whole movie. She did not help him in any way at all.
Yeah, another thing with the unreliable narrator. So was Arthur even really talking to her? Because when he said stuff like, every day I have bad thoughts or something, she never replied to it. So I was wondering if he even actually said it out loud, or if he was just saying it in his head.
Then where's he get his? Okay, I can see that, but where's he get his medicine from?
I mean, I'm still he still goes to her for the medicine, but I don't know if he's actually talking during these sessions.
Or
at least saying what he's needs to say.
Yeah,
I didn't like. There was one scene I caught where he like laughs. I think they were watching TV in the living room. He laughs at something on TV, and then his mom says, "That's not funny, Arthur," as if she didn't know that he had that condition. Like he obviously did a little. It was like a nervous laugh.
Yeah, we had to throw a little bit.
Because I'm thinking he's what, in his 30s? She hasn't found out yet that he laughs when he gets nervous.
I think it was just, again, how much does she really know? Like, she may be incredibly sharp in some areas, but just absolutely insane with everything else.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What was that? You mentioned, Justin, how, first of all, there was a lot of cameos in this movie. Well, not really cameos, but just new actors on the scene.
Yeah, they got Paperboy.
Yeah. And just kind of digress. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. That was but I mean, he had his own show, basically.
Yeah, basically. And now he's going to be in the Academy Award winning movie. Amazing.
Right. Ooh, that's a good point.
Did he have enough lines? I think you have to have two lines. Oh, I guess he had enough. I guess that was enough. Yeah.
Like when he was reading that paper out, talking about how she abused the baby, and then he looks at him. Like that whole scene was it's a pretty dramatic, heavy scene.
Yeah, I did notice when he was looking at the files, when it talked about the adopted baby that that Penny owned, or not owned, her baby, her child. They had I think for the name part of the baby, it said unknown. So I don't think he's ever actually officially, I know that she called him Arthur his whole life, but.
Yeah.
So what we're saying here is that there is a non-0% chance that his name is actually Joker.
It was blank. And that fits the Joker role because he's not supposed to have a name, really.
Yeah. I was that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. This whole movie, how he had a real name, but now that you say it like that, that's kind of cool. See, that's what makes this a good movie, is like little details like that. And I liked how some of the, speaking of cinematography, a lot of the movie you had to. Oh, he's back. Okay, so I noticed how a lot of the movie you had to, like, they'd put the camera on a piece of paper and you'd have to catch certain words.
Yeah, to read it fast.
Yeah, I hate that so much because I read slow.
But I thought it was a cool little touch to the movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of his notebook paper, why this man got porn cut out and put it in his notebook all the time, huh?
Yeah.
At least put it in the back pages or something.
I think that was even another part of like how you get to know him through the beginning of the movie. You're like, oh, that's part of his personality.
Yeah.
I felt bad. There's only 4 people in the theater, including me. But when he was on stage and he flipped his notebook and you see that page like flip in front of the whole crowd, I busted out laughing. And like no one else was laughing.
There was only 4 people in your theater?
Yeah.
My theater was packed. I guess I can use did AC and Justin. Were people laughing during the movie for y'all?
I think only at like 1 or 2 parts. I did have a lady at the end clap. She was the one clapping at the movie.
So down.
Which we all agree is just not good.
Yeah, unless you're at the red carpet with the actors and director and stuff there. I don't know why you're clapping.
We don't clap at the end of movies. Once it's over, it's over. All right? Get out.
Give the movie its credits on the podcast, all right? Good or bad.
Did they card y'all at the theater?
No.
There was a policeman posted up. He's ready to catch those shooters.
Apparently, like, this movie was a big risk for like people seeing the movie and then getting riled up and trying to.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of buzz about
after.
Yeah. There were signs on they printed out little signs on the doors saying that they wouldn't let anybody in who was in like very dark clothing, like all black clothing, whatever.
Wow.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, I saw some guy with long black hair covering his eyes. Couldn't see his face at all. Was walking in all hunched over. And this was outside, just like the front of the theater. I looked at the policeman. He's posted up on his phone. I'm like, hey, go check that guy. All right, keep me safe. Someone who sat next to Jasmine at the theater. The second he started sitting down, he started talking about random Joker facts. He was being a little loud in the little trailer section. Me and Jasmine thought we were at risk. We thought he was the one, but during the movie he didn't do anything. He was good.
That's good.
But yeah, people were laughing throughout the whole movie in my theater. That parts I didn't think were funny. Okay. They were laughing at random parts that were not funny. And I was like, oh shoot, let me get down real quick, because I thought they were going to just stand up.
Oh gosh.
But I'm here. I'm okay.
Yeah. I feel like this was not the movie that America needed to see in this day and age.
Yeah, it had some a bunch of controversy about it. Like rich versus poor, a bunch of we live in a society type stuff. That's always my favorite. The one part that not since we're talking about it, the one part that made me kind of laugh was when they were rioting outside. And they were, I don't know what it was, some sort of picket outside the movie theater with all the rich people. And, they're going back and forth with the police. And, like, the police officer gets shoved, and he decides to jump into the mob. That was possibly the worst thing you could have done when they obviously outnumber you.
You just need to shoot them. You right.
I don't know about all that. But.
Shoot the tear gas. Shoot the tear gas at them.
Did y'all catch how they timed it out? As soon as Bruce's parents got shot in the alley, that was also the exact same moment when Joker came back to life on the hood of the car. And so it was like Batman and Joker were born at the same instant.
Yeah, I saw that.
I
didn't notice that. And then they flipped the switch. Batman's usually known for accidentally making the Joker. He drops him in that acid. That's what most of his origins go by.
Oh, yeah.
But this time, Joker kind of, directly created Batman by causing the riot. Unintentionally, but, still caused the riot.
Or when he put his fingers in his mouth.
Yeah, that right there caused. He's like, I'm gonna grow up. I'm gonna beat these guys up. Touching me.
You know what I
down. She noticed. Speaking of the riots, as the Gotham City itself, got more chaotic and all, caught on fire and whatnot. That was almost like Arthur's psyche slowly going crazy as the city went crazy.
Oh, see, there we go. This man Zay is about to marry an author, by the way.
Yeah, she did some. What else did she write down? Let me just look at it real quick. She's talking about his dancing. How in the beginning, when he first killed those random guys, Wall Street guys, he was dancing all slow and in the dark room, all really, just slow paced dancing. But then when he fully embraced the persona, he was outside in the bright lit area and just dancing all crazy like. I don't know where she was going with that, but I'm pretty sure there's something there. Ooh.
That's a good point.
There was some CGI blood on this man's face. Okay, when he killed one of his coworkers in his apartment, there was CGI blood on Arthur's face, and looks. I guess me and Nathan are the only ones in the world who saw it.
It was noticeable.
Fake droplets.
Yeah, you saw it, Asian?
Yeah. I saw
it. All right.
Looked like something you see when blood falls on that smiley face in Watchmen. You know?
Yeah,
it's fake blood.
And you're thinking not much CGI was used in this movie. So for the little CGI they did use, why didn't they go all in?
Why do you have to CGI blood though? All you got to do is
I don't know,
like spritz the guy with some fake blood.
That's what I was thinking too. That's what made me question it myself. Like maybe it isn't CGI blood. Maybe it's just really shiny fake blood. But then when Arthur got up off the police car, he had blood on his face, his own blood, and that looked better than the CGI blood. So then I realized, that was CGI blood earlier. Same thing when he shot the TV host. There was fake blood on his face.
Oh yeah, that was fake.
Yeah. Speaking of that guy, what was his name? Paulie? The other clown? The
big little one.
The non-little person.
Oh,
we could call him Paulie. Oh, Randall.
What was his name?
Randall?
Yeah.
Ronald.
They say he talked to police and the guy that owns the clown establishment say, I already forgot his name. Ronald said that you also talking about bringing a gun, buying a gun off of him. And he was like, what? No, that's what he said, but if I'm Ronald, why would I ever, and I know how crazy this guy is. Why would I ever do that? I mean, Joker leaving that place was already crazy in my eyes. They already said he was a freak. So you're just going to lie on his behalf? You think he's going to forget about that? And you're going to show up at his place? Say, hey, we just got to get our stories straight. You're the reason he got fired. And I thought I thought that whole scene was fake until it wasn't fake. And I was like, I was thinking that too. I was hoping he didn't actually. I was like waiting for them to cut back where he was just standing there. And they're saying, Arthur? And he said, huh? Yeah, no, but no, he actually killed that guy.
Yeah.
When he killed his mom, I was like, did they not have the flatline sounds back in the 80s?
The nurses should have been monitoring that.
Yeah, immediately. And then he killed her and he looked out the window. And then he got away with it just fine. I'm like, that's why I thought that was fake. Because that's not realistic, right?
He didn't even fix her up to make it look like.
I know.
Yeah.
She was just sitting there with the nose thing hanging out and her hair all messed up.
Oh, man.
I talked about this a little bit earlier. But the police were very, very polite with him, saying, we just want to ask you some questions. And they definitely could have apprehended him and
took him in
somewhere to ask these questions. We're just going to leave a message.
Hey, we know you're only one of 5 clowns in this city, but we just want to ask you some questions.
Who had a gun on him?
Who had a gun?
Oh, yeah. We also know you have a gun, Why'd you have a gun at a hospital,
I think that was one scene where I busted out laughing, where he's dancing and the pistol fell out his pants.
Yeah, that was funny.
Okay, people did laugh in my theater, too.
That was funny.
Yeah, I didn't get how no one could put it together that a man in a clown outfit with a gun killed people on the subway.
Now, granted, at that time, there were more people walking around with a clown mask, but that really didn't start happening until after that hit the news.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I think it was also interesting how, except for the people who worked for the Wayne Industries or whatever, these were the worst people in the entire city. And he's like, good riddance that they're gone. Got incredibly lucky. I had
real
worst people in the entire city.
I thought those guys were being cool until the whole Fry thing that was messed up. Okay. But when they started singing the song with Joker, I was like, hey, all right. And then it turns out they weren't trying to be his friend.
Started beating him up, which I guess I've just lived a privileged life to never see people just get bullied like that for no reason.
Yeah, it was that. I also want to know how old that "Bring Out the Clown" song was for him just to be singing that.
Yeah, everybody knows the words to that song, huh?
4-part chorus on the subway.
Yeah. Bring out the clown. Yeah.
No, did Arthur kill that black woman? What happened?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
You heard the sound of an ambulance in the next scene when he was in his room. Then I'm like, he couldn't have, because
no way.
He's 2 doors away, and the police would have immediately arrested him. So I don't know what happened there.
So a slight cut back to the clown song came out in 1973. So I'd say it's possible.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess they just be singing like that. Is this taking place in the 80s or 70s? I thought it was the 80s.
I feel like 80s.
I thought it was the 80s.
Okay. So I guess that's enough time for everybody to learn the song, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess talking about it again might feel a little bit. See, no one asked for a Joker movie. Nobody wants a Joker movie. Joker does not need an origin story movie. Because he's known for, he always says he wants his origin story to be multiple choice, which I guess they tried to allude to at the end of the movie, where they make you question whether the movie even happened. He was in the therapist room.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with my story of an 80. It was just,
I like that.
It was a good movie, but that's not the kind of movie that's not the kind of movie I like. I wouldn't see that again.
Yeah. Origin movies for non-essential or just villains. Yeah, they weren't. Usually villains aren't brought in as origin story type characters. They're just brought in as direct, villains of superheroes. So you kind of like have to backtrack, which is why I like Dark Knight, right? When Joker manages to he does that thing where he gives you that multiple choice about his origin, right, throughout the whole movie. But you don't expect that the next movie will be Dark Knight, the Joker's beginning. You don't think that's gonna happen, and you're okay with that.
Yeah, I just don't like these. I don't know, because they're just picking these like Venom and Joker. They're picking villains who rely heavily on their counterpart.
Yeah.
Joker and Batman. But yeah, I think it was just.
They're gonna have a Reverse Flash movie next with no Flash. Just
see, that would be terrible. Well, that's good. You should pitch that. Tell them
they'd probably be like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah, they probably do it.
Probably makes.
Is that a bad idea? I smell. Yep, let's do it. Throw $5 million at it.
Oh, another random thing that kind of it didn't bother me, but I was just like, wow, they really said that. Is when he's going on the talk show and he's talking with the assistant in the dressing room. He's like, "Oh, hey Murray," and he's like, "That's Mr. Murray or whatever." Like he's a late night talk show host, right?
Yeah, no,
I'm calling him.
I'm not.
I'm calling him whatever.
Like, yeah, no, it's Mr. President to you. Like, no, it's not the same.
That's
not the same.
That's Mr. Harvey.
Yeah, that's no one. Everyone always says Steve. You say, yeah, well, Mr. Harvey. Yeah.
Hey, Steve.
Oh man,
what's Steve doing out there? I feel like I haven't watched Family Feud in a while, so I haven't gotten my dose of Steve Harvey recently.
I wonder, does he still do Family Feud?
I think so.
Pretty sure he does. Pays the bills.
What other stuff he doing? I guess he does.
He's doing Family Feud, but he's also doing Celebrity
talk show.
Food.
He has a talk show?
Does he have a talk show?
Yeah, he has a talk show.
Steve, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he has a talk show.
The Steve Harvey Morning Show.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, dang.
I do know about the Steve Harvey Morning Show, the same as the talk show.
I'm talking about a television talk show.
Yeah, he has a television show and he has a radio show.
Oh, okay. This is a busy man.
Kind of a radio show.
Kind of.
Well.
Hello.
What
just happened there?
Who, me?
No idea.
No, I don't think it was just you. I think Nathan was doing a bad Steve Harvey impression.
Oh, okay.
I did do a bad cut.
No, I'm kidding. That was actually pretty good. Go again.
No, because I missed it. I had to disconnect, reconnect.
There you go.
I don't want to do a bad one because I haven't even practiced.
No, hey,
Steve Harvey got a morning show. Ain't God been good to me? I tell you what, I can't do it. But that guy, Instagram.
The guy Schlieve Harvey. That's his. He's really good.
She said. He said. Oh heck no!
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back with the Steve Harvey Morning Show. He's so funny on that show. I was listening to that show, honestly, trying to steal jokes for this podcast.
Oh, wow.
What was that saying? For Nathan.
Did I interrupt you? I'm sorry.
Filled your mouth with watermelon. That was right.
Whoa.
That was. Hey, I'm black. He's black.
You can make watermelon jokes.
I can make watermelon jokes.
All right.
I can make watermelon. Yeah, this impression's it's done for the night.
Hey, Janet, we're gonna go ahead and cut that out of the podcast. You can take that out. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
What was I saying?
I don't remember.
Justin,
you're saying how that can of whipped cream is about to be empty.
Oh, you talked
as soon as you get off this podcast.
Nathan goes to Costco and he buys lotion in bulk every week. has empty bottles just under your bed. Clean that lotion up. All right, Nate.
Oops.
He just fell off his chair.
No,
that was not me.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
sorry, Justin. I was editing that.
Nathan is a sole investor of Vaseline.
Okay. You want to go there?
Let's do it. Let's go there.
Let's do it. Right now, you're wearing 3 pairs of socks to make up for the fact that you have 2 toes.
You have to wear 3 pairs of socks because they're all holy. And that's the only way you can get one whole pair of socks. What? You mad? Huh? You mad?
Can't think of anything.
Nathan bought a new car, but he still has to stop it like he's Fred Flintstone.
I don't even get that reference because I didn't watch the show.
What? You don't know how Fred Flintstone stops his car?
No. Does he use his feet or something?
He uses his bare feet to stop the car. He slams them on the ground.
How do you not get that reference? You're not that young. I mean, we're young, but not that young.
I never watched it. I just never watched it.
Nobody's watched the Flintstones, all right?
All right. I mean, you at least know what happens, though, right? You at least know what he looks like when he's.
No, I ate my Flintstones vitamins, and that's the most I know about the Flintstones.
Man, he has a box cereal. Yes, he has a cereal box. Kids still buy that cereal, so he
has a 6-foot tall poster that you have in your room. Also, probably.
You don't get to make Fred Flintstone references if you didn't even.
Those,
you don't even know how he stops his car.
Wall. I don't know how he stops his car, but I know I just met his #1 fan today on the podcast.
No, you're talking about like those blow up posters, right? Those stickers, like of sports players that kids stick on their wall.
Big heads.
Yeah. Hey, don't get to the punchline. Have a big head of yourself on your wall.
You're called a big head for those posters, but for Nathan, it's just a regular head.
There we go.
It's my one for the night.
There you go. That was good. That was quality. I don't know. I was on fire before the podcast started, and now we're on air. That's so cool. We're on air.
We'll play back your stuff before the podcast for the Patreon subscribers.
There we go. Yeah.
So are we cool on Joker?
Oh yeah. That's our review of Joker. Good movie. I'll never
talk
see it
about even grimier topics, huh?
The joke's on you. That wraps our Joker segment. Overall, okay-ish movie.
It's okay. Movie's okay.
All right, but on to our next topic. Something that, if you're like me, you have seen this on your Instagram, your Facebook, your Reddit. What's another?
Friends, your family,
your Clickster, your cereal boxes, any kind of advertising you have seen someone talk about Forex trading. All right, it's everywhere, guys, and I hate to say it. Now, this has been something like me and Ace will take up the reins for here. All right, this is something that has been driving us insane. I'd say at least for a couple months now. Just seeing it just take hold over the community. If you're unfamiliar with Forex is, it is it's just a form of like trading, right? It's not really
trading in the foreign exchange market. So
foreign exchange market, something that is, I will say, very legit. You can actually make money from this. However, I think where a lot of these ads kind of come in, at least what I've seen, is that these people are making it seem like it's easy to make all this money in the Forex market.
Right. And they surround the foreign exchange with these dummy companies aimed at getting people to join in, basically pyramid schemes. But they've gone around it so that it can be legal. So it doesn't identify as a pyramid, but it's still a pyramid.
Yeah.
And not all of them. Definitely not all of them, but most of them. Definitely most of them.
At the very worst, it is a pyramid scheme. At the very least, is definitely an MLM, a multi-level marketing scheme.
Yeah,
where the real product is not necessarily the Forex. It is with this particular company. You sell a quote unquote product to your family and friends, and they prey on those personal connections.
Right.
Constantly, you bring them in under the pretext of, hey, we're about to make some quick money in the investment market. You can do it too.
For example, go ahead.
Then once they get you hooked, they do that quick bait and switch. Where they switch it over, like, yeah, you can make money, trading in the Forex market, but why don't you, make some real money marketing our product to everybody else?
Right. It's a nasty business. And really, it ends with the consumer, us, people at the bottom, losing. Right. If you can't manage to bring in enough people, you're going to lose money. All right. They say, for example, I join, and I tell Nathan and Justin to join in because maybe I'll get some discount or maybe I'll get money. Right. But then they're stuck with having to find people to bring in. And whoever's at the bottom of that list is usually going to be the one shitting bricks. Right. That's what we call it. No, but it's crazy. What really gets me are that because you're trying to get more people to join in under you, you'll say anything, right? A lot of people will say anything. They'll make these videos.
Yeah.
They'll make these PowerPoints and it'll just be with like fake situations. Like, hey, do you want to make real money? You got to be looking to make generational wealth. Why is everyone using the word generational wealth? You know what I'm saying? But there'll be generational wealth. If this is what you want, you got to join the foreign exchange market. All right. You're not going to be making money right off the bat, but what we're going to be able to teach you is how to make, so you can get there, so you can make that money, so you can make that money in the long term, right? Make that money in the long term.
And it's always marketed as an opportunity. Like, yeah, you need to invest right now in yourself. You should be lucky that we're giving you this opportunity. We're letting you in on this money making scheme over here.
We're only letting in 10 people right now. Okay. If you want to get in, it's only going to be $50 every month. All right. Until you can bring in some more people. All right. And eventually, once you bring in enough people, hey, you ain't got to pay nothing. You just being in on the program. But the problem is throughout all that marketing, you're forgetting that, hey, you're supposed to be doing foreign exchange. You're like, what's all all this trading? There's no trading going on. It's just a whole bunch of trying to get you in on this business. And I think that's why foreign exchange has a bad rep, because I would say it's if you're educated, it can be a great move. Definitely a side hustle. Easy.
And this is also what I've seen from people.
But right there's not enough people trying to educate the people on foreign exchange. They're just trying to get you to join in because they're worried about, getting their quota of people to join in on this platform. It's nasty.
I would argue, Ace, that there is actually a great deal of foreign exchange information out there, even for somebody completely ignorant to it like me. Just an hour or two of research, I found quite a bit of very free stuff on this great thing called the internet.
I will agree, but I think there's something to be said about an actual teacher, someone that you can.
Oh yeah, you can always be great with having a mentor.
Right.
Someone's done it before.
Like we can learn aerospace engineering off of YouTube, right? We could, but that's not going to get you the job. That definitely won't. look good on a resume, right?
There's nothing like that good old Dr. Ali sitting on your desk, looking you in the eye, putting his hand on your hand, and sliding his finger across your paper slowly and describing every single derivative, integration, every single given, every single unit. There's nothing like just a teacher, you know.
We had a
shout out to Dr. Ali.
Yeah, this man was crazy. He damn near would be laying on desks teaching the class sometimes.
Go on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you can watch all the Khan Academy videos you want, right?
Speaking of Khan, there's no substitute for Dr. Okan with his yellow hoodie or his jean jacket.
Jean jacket.
Jacket.
That Monday, Wednesday, Friday rotation of his jean jacket.
Yeah.
And just the consistency of him, you know, the high standard that he held. Every time he'd walk up and slap your desk and say, listen, every time. There's no substitute. And so that's what Forex is missing, is the Okans and the Alis.
That's
right,
true.
It's true.
There's not nearly enough sketching going on.
I mean, look, on a side note, professors don't necessarily, not all of them are making big bucks, but they can at least, most of them I can say can at least in the United States, can afford to have a 7-piece location, you know. I'm sorry, 7-piece rotation of clothes that they can wear every day.
Make fun of his yellow jacket, call him SpongeBob or something. Then he got mad, y'all gave y'all a test. Am I thinking of that right?
It's the worst class of my life.
Someone laughed. I think when someone said, "How was your day?" and someone laughed. And he was like, "All right, it's time for a quiz."
Pop quiz. That was crazy. I remember that.
But I do have I bought my work clothes one time last year. I got 8 shirts, and I've been cycling through those shirts since last year.
That's how you do it,
right? So maybe an established professor with a PhD and is making PhD money. All right, maybe he can buy 7 pairs of clothes. You know. Yeah. Sorry. Back to that Forex. It's just a nasty business. All right. It's just a nasty business. We're just trying to make a public service announcement. We'll let people know that it's okay to Forex trade as long as you find the right outlet to get your information. All right. And you don't get stuck in a pyramid. Just going on, I don't know, going on social media and seeing some person make a video. Okay. Some 1-minute video trying to explain to you the simplicities of Forex trading is not a good idea to then jump into it with real money.
In those videos, the ones I'm seeing at least, whenever they're explaining it, they always stop halfway through and like they get frustrated and they sigh like, "Oh, come on, walk with me." And then they start walking and the camera guy follows them. And I'm like, why are you getting frustrated when no one's interacting with you? They're always saying, walk with me.
I'm just so frustrated because people don't understand how easy it can be to have your own financial security. You don't need to work. You don't need to work at a 9-to-5. You don't need to do anything that requires you paying taxes. Okay, getting a W-2 from a company. All right. All right.
The one that made me mad was a video that explained how there's no such thing as job security. And it did everything but explain how there's no such thing as job security. It went from you need to be more responsible with your check. Don't be waiting until, your check comes in to make your next move, whatever that could mean.
That's just a poor mindset.
It was that. It was saying, like, how could you work 20 years and then, I mean, like I said, there was some parts like, oh, okay, you may work one job and that may diminish your creativity. But what does that have to do necessarily with job security? When I think of job security and when I think anybody else thinks of job security, you think of jobs that'll always be, around because there will always be a need. We will always have a need for healthcare until we all become cyborgs. All right. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
We will always have a need for sanitation workers because we're always going to generate trash, like I said, until we all become cyborg. But we are not there yet. These are jobs that we will always.
Wait, hold on. Nathan's already a cyborg. You eat your own trash.
No, I was about to say Justin was mentioning cyborgs with a little frustration, like he's the last guy in his house to get the bionic arm. But all his other roommates, they got the bionic arm, and he's just scrubbing dishes with his own strength.
You've been investing into cybernetic technology for like the last 10 years, and it hasn't taken off yet. All your money tied up.
Why does he keep bringing up cyborgs?
Hey, all right.
It's a sensitive topic for Justin.
If you're interested in my investment opportunity, all right, in cyborg, please leave in the comments. All right, we'll get you in on this.
We'll get you the ground floor, groundbreaking.
You're on the ground floor. But yeah, that these jobs will always be around.
Yeah,
that lady didn't explain. Ace made a very funny comment on it. These people also, the one thing they always have in common with these videos, there's a whiteboard in there somewhere. They're always right.
Something so simple they can just do clip art, basically draw clip art on a whiteboard, and that's going to make you educated. You know,
this lady with the job security one, she had already drawn all her diagrams, which she never referenced. And he said that he recognized that because that's a finesse presentation.
It's a finesse presentation.
He just drew a box around the word job security, and that was it.
And they had random arrows going everywhere. Man.
Finesse presentation reminds me of my senior design. Final posters, and the judges walk around. They said, "Hey, what's that? What's that right there? That finite element analysis." And they said, "Huh?" He said, he pointed at it, said, "This right here. What is this showing us?" And he said, "I don't know." The force that it could withstand. And then if you look at the finite element analysis model, and you look at the actual model of their design, they're not the same. They just took that finite element analysis, I think, from someone else's thing, posted on their board, which doesn't make any sense because they're two different models. So that means you didn't do it on your. I don't know. But they graduated though. All right.
Yeah, it's crazy. These people, they got the degree.
Mm-hmm.
You ever work on a project or something that you're like, no one else around you? It's kind of like that same situation. No one else around you is going to have the same answer you are because you're just doing different things.
Yeah.
Yet they ask you for it, and you explain to them. You said, "Yo, we're not even doing the same thing." He said, "But let me see it though." They still want it. To them, writing down the wrong answers is still better than their own answers. That's
get it.
Look, you don't understand, man. I could get a 25%, all right, with your answers, or I could get a 5% with my answers. So, give me your answers.
Borrow someone else's finite element analysis. That's on their design, not your own. But he did it, and he graduated.
And then there's the same people who will make the post of them like in a suit looking up at the stars saying, "I'm pleased to announce that I have accepted a job offer." It was a tough journey and I'm proud of every moment that I spent with my friends. It was something like that.
Yeah.
Something like they're a hero now because they accepted a job offer. When we really were in the classroom with them as they were asking, how do I integrate 2x plus 5?
Ooh, do I even know how to do that anymore?
Hey, shut up. Yes, you know how to,
I don't know
how to do simple integration.
There's a guy who asked me, I don't want to name names. It was a long time ago, but he asked me, he's like, "How do you do number 2?" I was like, "It's an integration." He's like, "Okay, how do you integrate?" I was like,
You said you're in differential equations. Right?
We're halfway through the semester. This is an easy question.
This is doing engineering math right now. You're telling me you don't know how to do the integration of e to the x? Please.
It's like you put a +1 in the degree. The degree goes by +1, and then you put it in the denominator, right? Is that how you?
That's if it has bounds, right? If it doesn't even have bounds, then it's just whatever it is plus c.
Hey,
it's plus C.
right now, right? I've been working for a year and I haven't used any of that once.
Hey, look,
my job.
You know what I use all the time? I use tangent. Like when I need to figure out an angle between two two solids.
I don't
have to do the trigonometry. I do that like once.
That'll mess me up.
What's this? It's on like a 3D model?
Yeah, on a 3D model.
All I know is it's on a calculator, so I did it. All right. Don't expect me to do that.
But yeah, I feel bad now. Now when I hear people talk about, yeah, I'm going to major in this and I'm also going to minor in this so that I will have an advantage in the workplace. And like, I'll be able to apply my psychology to my electrical engineering in the workplace. I just feel bad. I'm like, no, you're not. Like, no one's going to ask you about psychology in the cubicles. You would have just...
We need this circuit to stop frying people.
And how does that make you feel? Did you have any issues growing up? Like, bro, the circuit keeps frying.
I do wish college.
We were on that Forex tangent.
I have engineering friends who have been sucked in the Forex. I'm not gonna drop his name, but he was my roommate during one of my REUs. He was a quiet kid, not crazy. But I look at him now. His hair grown all the way out. It's a whole different personality out here trying to sell me Forex on Instagram. What happened?
Oh man,
what happened?
This
turns you into a salesman.
Why Forex? Get your money up. Just day trade in the American market. There's no way. Even people that work for the government, that work in diplomacy, and work in foreign diplomacy, don't even understand all the ins and outs. So you're telling me you're 20 young whatever years old, and you're gonna go trade in South African markets? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing?
It's just that, and that also that you just have the secret. So like I already know profitable. But every single like thing that I research is like this market is not very predictable at all. It's very random. It's very close to almost gambling. Unless you really know exactly what you're looking for, and even then it could be a loss.
Right. Because if it was that easy, then everybody would be rich at it. Everyone would be, but it's not. But that's not what they tell you.
That's why they're so frustrated in the video. They will have you walk with them, right? Because you don't get it. It is that easy.
It's that easy. It's not. Man, so many souls lost. I was told by somebody that they were in a group of people that trade in the foreign exchange market, and there would be times where people would be like, "Hey guys, I just traded and lost all my money today." I thought and they're in there like, so can I get my money back? Like, what do you? No, it's over. You and your family of four, it's over. Don't.
So wait. You're saying the money that they pay is not even going towards the money they pay the company? It's not even going towards them.
No, it goes towards a service. That's the whole thing. It's like this is not money being invested in your own little Forex account. You're paying for a quote unquote service, which tends to be quote unquote educational videos, which again are just YouTube videos.
Go to the public library, get a book, rent a book for free.
Bro, you said book with like father intensity. Get a book.
I don't know why public libraries even still exist. Not enough people go to them. They just go for the free Wi-Fi.
Hey, we need to keep those public libraries, right?
Hey, we should.
Honestly.
But more people need to read books at the public library.
Public libraries around here, you can go there. You get free audio books and the digital books copies as well.
The library provides several good services.
Yeah.
No.
But 2019.
Hey, if we want free, I can say free Wi-Fi buildings, because that's what people really want. All right. Most people that go to the library are just going for the free Wi-Fi. Okay. Free computers. All right. Just go ahead and get those books out of there.
I don't remember going to the library.
Get rid of books.
Just walking past the wrong computer screen. That dude in the community, Jeez, man. I couldn't tell you how many times I just saw people in the library, whatever. That was a side tangent to the side tangent, but
keep Austin weird, right?
Is it? Hey, hey.
Yeah, that's some Texas stuff. It sounds like you had way too many encounters. I mean, I know one. I know one time I went to the public library and I was like, maybe you should be looking that up. But you said I can't even count, guys. I can't even count how many times I went to the library and I saw people buying in excessive amounts of Furbies and Kirby's, you know?
We got one more segment before we wrap it up. This is another thing. Yeah.
Oh, no.
That has been piqued my interest several months ago, and I'm glad I finally have a platform to discuss it on. We are talking today about carbonation and Eligio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy. You might be asking, who is this man and what is his organization? Long story short, it is a cult and its cult leader. This man is a former, I'm reading off a little news article here. It says he's a former model, former stripper, and a former barber. But now he is a self-professed cult leader.
Yeah.
I don't know how he gathered up such a following, but he and his community at one point lived in Costa Rica, just like in the jungles. They just made videos about living in the jungle, a whole bunch of, I want to say like Hotep stuff, Hotep quality stuff, stuff like that. And they generated a following. But of course, living in a cult, it does have, I'm sure, some negative effects. And people started leaving the cult and then trying to, I guess not trying, but just exposing him about how this man is also abusive. Just not a bad guy. He just, as you would imagine, wanted to be a cult leader for power. But he has definitely developed a very nice cult of personality. And that, I wish that came to me. But the most striking example of that was when he confronted somebody on Instagram Live. Somebody confronted him just talking about how, saying all this pseudoscience and how do you know that any of this stuff is real? And they're talking about disease, specifically STDs. The man asked him, actually, anybody else want to take over this one so I can find the video?
Oh, yeah. So the guy asked Nature Boy, he said, so if diseases are all in the head, then explain STDs. And Nature Boy said, what is there not to get? It's all in the head. STDs aren't real. He said, well, no, he said it's not even all in the head. He said, first of all,
that's easy.
That's easy. STDs aren't real.
As he was eating a sandwich, too.
he was so nonchalant. We're going to post a video up. We'll post a video up on our YouTube page. Please like and subscribe. So you can see this man. But yeah, he said STDs aren't real. The guy said, explain that. And he said, can you hear me? But yeah, no, Nature Boy, he's a crazy dude. I have a feeling like he's one of those guys that's a cult leader, but he's only in the business so he can have multiple wives.
Yeah.
Of which he does have multiple wives with multiple kids. So yeah, he's in the business, but
his kids are gonna be growing up with our kids. That's
that crazy.
Sharing a school bus. Yeah.
Yeah, my father's a cult leader.
My father's an engineer. You play with your father's what?
We'll post that video too.
Yeah, we'll post that.
Oh man, that's wild.
He's living that cult, right? He's doing it. He's doing it right. That's what Charles Manson should have done. He was living the life. He's writing songs, doing drugs, and banging chicks until he told people to go murder other people.
Yeah, I mean, as a co-leader, I mean, yeah, there shouldn't be no problem, especially since he's in another country.
Yeah, no, that's just a setup. And it gets crazy because they were, I think all these people were. He's from New York. I'm pretty sure he's from New York, but he was deported along with his little cult from Costa Rica, and then they ended up somehow in North Carolina.
What?
Yeah.
Where in North Carolina?
I don't know. They are back in the States though.
Guys, I gotta go lock my door.
They are back in the U.S.
Oh man,
This
is not the state to be in, and also be a cult leader.
Imagine you're like standing in the airport at customs, and you turn around and you see Eligio. I don't know. You see this dude and like 7 of his wives, and then 14 of his children, wearing like their seashell necklaces and their palm leaf skirts and stuff, rubbing like oil on each other. Like, what do you mean I can't bring my oil overseas? This is more than oil. This is spiritual elixir. Some I don't know, man. I don't want him to track me down off this podcast. Our podcast isn't that big yet, but when it gets big, he's gonna hear this.
He's gonna go for Asian first, though. Asian state.
Do we extend an invitation to him now?
He's standing on your doorstep, barefoot.
Nature Boy, if you are listening, I guess you're invited to the show. So make sure you have a mic. It's our only rule.
Don't eat a sandwich during the interview.
No eating a sandwich.
That would honestly be a cool episode.
I don't know about that, but it would definitely be an episode. But is that our plug? Is that it for the week? It's a pretty long episode.
It's a nice little episode. Ace doesn't have a mute button. I noticed that.
I'm sorry about that. I forgot to mute my.
I'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
Before we log off for the night, special shout outs. One to Jessica for posting the podcast. We got up a couple followers. A lot of you all may or may not know we have an Instagram page as well. Follow us at the Knuckle Sandwich Podcast for all your update, your boys.
Yeah.
The next one goes out to one of my friends named Jameer. He's out here in Florida. We told him about the podcast a couple of days ago and already listened to all of our episodes out right now. So special shout out to him as well. But yeah, anything else before we sign off for the night?
Shout out to Terrence Glover. He said he's crying, laughing through all the episodes. I don't know what he's laughing at because
must be the sound of your voice.
Okay, he's known me for 4 years, so it's definitely not the sound of my voice.
Well,
he has the IQ of a Muppet, man.
Well, I'll tell you this: the Terrence, I know that man Terrence to laugh every time he sees your face. So, all right, guys, come on.
You have a Muppet in your hand right now.
The first one was funnier.
Dang
it!
All right, good.
But yeah,
you have a sewing machine right next to you with a Muppet.
Nathan.
Oh.
Should I stop?
Okay.
Muppet was only funny the first time, huh? All right.
But I can
Nathan is the unibrow of Anthony Davis, but without the skill of being a professional basketball player. So you just have a unibrow. Just unibrow Nathan.
That's just Squilliam.
Nathan is Squilliam.
Ace played Big Bird on one of the seasons of Sesame Street.
Nathan. I don't know if I said this already, but Nathan.
You're talking like Snuffleupagus right now. And I can't even. I'm sorry. You can't make a Snuffleupagus sound and expect me to not go back to the Sesame Street stuff.
If anyone's ever wondered where used tires go, you should ask Nathan's mouth. You get it? I said, because you eat used tires. You just eat rubber.
I chew on rubber.
No, you eat it. You don't chew on it.
But all right. Thanks to everybody tuning in. You've been with us this far. The show's only getting better, all right? If you have anything you want us to talk about, let us know in that comment section.
When Nathan goes to get a haircut, the barber spends a half an hour cutting all the hair off of his neck before he even shapes him up.
It takes Ace half an hour to pee when he goes to the bathroom.
Nathan doesn't take showers. He uses lemon to clean himself, and he thinks that's going to get him by in life. You need to take showers, Nathan. You need to use real soap. All right? This organic way you're trying to clean yourself, it's not cutting it. Can't use lemon as soap and as deodorant. All right? Pick one. All right? At least pick one that you're going to use something real for.
Ace has a piece of wheat grass hanging out of his mouth right now. And a straw hat. Ace has cowboy boots on right now. And nothing else.
Nathan was a kid. His parents used to tell him to eat his vegetables, and then you go outside and eat grass. Pick up some grass and eat it. Right? You remember when you used to eat grass? You remember when you were sick and you thought the best way to heal yourself was eating garlic?
Haven't we already talked about this on a podcast before? Why do we have to bring it up?
I'm gonna bring it up again. This man
have to bring it up again.
This man ate garlic for a week and alienated his friends because we couldn't stand to be around a man that ate garlic 24/7 for a week. You imagine that? You threw away those clothes, didn't you? Yeah, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me, Nathan.
I still have.
Ugly boy Nate. Don't talk to me.
Ace chooses just to wear left shoes on his feet, even though he has the right one. Nathan's hairline can be divided into hemispheres. Right.
Yo, you didn't have to laugh that loud.
That's all the time I have, everybody. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.